Hey guys, Rashda Ali here and welcome back to Diary of an Expat. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about socializing and isolation in Dubai. As an expat who moved to Dubai with her family, so my husband and my two boys, over 2 years ago from the UK, here are some of the things that I wish that I knew when it comes to socializing and isolation, and a video I wish I had at the time to help me navigate the landscape of moving to a different country. So, as they say, let's get into it. Right, the first thing that you need to understand when it comes to socializing and isolation is obviously being in the UK, you're more than likely have going to be around family, have close friends that you've built up over the year. So you would have had a nice little network of people. They're the people that give you emotional support. You can go to have a laugh. You might have nights out with them. You have family gatherings. You have birthdays, weddings, and so on and so forth with all those people. So you've been accustomed to that your whole life. Well, I certainly was anyway. We have a really big family, and basically there's always something going on or someone coming round or going out with friends. Now, all of that really changes when you come to Dubai. Of course it does. You have literally picked your family up, your little small unit, and you have plonked yourself in a different country. You no longer have physical access to those people. You no longer have physical access to your friends. But don't worry, in this video, I'm going to give you 2 ways in which I still stay very, very connected to my community and my family and friends. So wait to the end for that. So, what is one supposed to do, and how does a family or a husband and a wife and their kids deal with socializing and isolation in a new country? So, in relation to myself, I really found that I needed to have interaction with people. I got here, I think it was about 6 months. So we started to settle, you've done everything you need to do, got all of your IDs and visas, sorted the schools out, you're comfortably living in the place you're living, all your furniture's arrived, etc. And now you're thinking, what do I do? Who do I talk to? Because as family members of our own small community of family, we're not used to just being in that same proximity as them. Obviously, within COVID, it was different. I think a lot of us were forced to spend time within just our family, within our household. But when you come to Dubai, you're kind of stuck in that scenario again because there's just you guys that are there. So what did I do and what helped me? So what I did is, it might have not been the best thing, but it's the only thing that I knew to do at the time. Since then, I've learned a few more things, but it was to basically go and do networking via business networking. Now, Dubai is super renowned for networking. So I went into, and for networking, Dubai is amazing. There's so many networking groups, so many meetup groups. I mean, there's a meetup group for everything, for teenagers, for families, for women in business, for women who just want to socialize. So there's a meetup group for everything in Dubai. It all kind of happens downtown, which is really nice and cool. And I did a lot of that when I first got here, which really gave me that whole fulfilling thing that I needed when it comes to having a good talk and basically associating with like-minded people. So that helped me with that aspect. With regards to my partner, so he wasn't very much up for that, going to meetups, etc. It's just not something he was comfortable doing. So the next thing that you can do in Dubai to help deal with isolation and to help basically deal with the socializing aspect is join Facebook groups or join the community group that you're in. Look, every community in Dubai, there's Villanova, there's Damac Hills, there's Dubai Hills, there's Town Square, there's so many different communities. They all actually have a WhatsApp group. So once you find one of the admins, you can get added to that group. And within that group, there is literally 300 to 400 people who are expats just like you and who are probably just looking to socialize as well. I mean, if you're looking to socialize with expats, you're used to having a drink or going out and doing similar things that you did back home, maybe going out for some fish and chips or whatever, then you can just post in those groups and people are more than happy to like meet up on a Friday or a Saturday for that socializing aspect. So that's a really, really good way to socialize. Another way that mothers can use it is obviously find play dates for their kids on there, so you're within the whole community, so you're just seconds away from each other. You post it on the WhatsApp group. You could create your own little, play date group, and then arrange to meet at different locations, or maybe go to Kidzania, or maybe go to an adventure park. Whatever it is, those groups within those communities, those WhatsApp groups are like gold. So utilize those. What else is it that I did to help with isolation and socialization? Right, in relation to, and what in hindsight I wish I had done, is I wish I had planned for one of my family or friends to come over within 3 months of me being here. And in actual fact, my best friend actually came over the very next month of us being here. We came over in June. She came over in July, which was so nice, because honestly, being in a different country, it's so nice when you see a familiar face, you get that familiar, lovely support, and you just get that good old, soul food that you need from your loved ones. So she came over. So what I'd highly recommend is literally after a month or two of you being here, arrange for one of your family members to come over to stay with you for a week or two. It really, really does help with the phasing in method. And what I'd even go as fast as saying is probably for the first year, arrange for somebody to come over maybe every 3 months. I'm not saying pay for their ticket. I'm saying just arrange for them to come over. They'll have somewhere today. They'll be to stay. They'll be more than happy to come over, and then you can show them a few of the sites. But that really does help. And even maybe arrange for yourself to go back once at the end of the first year. That might be an idea. It's not something we chose to do. It's actually something that we're choosing to do at the end of the second year. We're actually going back to the UK for 2 weeks next month. But my mother did come over after a year of us being here, and my best friend after 1 month. But in between that time, we didn't really have anyone. And I would say it's really, really helpful, especially if you're a big family person or a big friends person. Arrange for them to come over, split it over within 3 months, within the first year, and it really, really will help and make a difference. Because what I found is that there were times, like after 3 months of being here, that I'd literally feel like that I was just spiraling into like a depression. I didn't really know what was wrong with me. I kind of just felt like I was going to go bonkers. And it was just the fact that everything else in life was perfect. I had the best place I was living. The weather was beautiful. I was eating good food. I was with my husband. I was with my kids. But I was missing that, when you just want to have a good old natter or a good old talk, or you can only have a certain laugh in a certain way with certain friends. There's only certain things that you can do with certain people. And I missed that. And I really felt it. And that's why I'd impress upon that. So that's that. What else is there? So I mentioned there was 2 things that I actually would recommend that you do, and they were basically them: arrange for family, arrange for friends to come over. So when it comes to isolation and socializing in Dubai, look, you're in a new country. Everything's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to have to get a bit out of your comfort zone. But there are those other people from all over the world. There's 200 nationalities here. They're all looking for the same thing. They desire connection. They want their kids to be connected. They feel lonely themselves. So they're really open to meeting up, maybe at the local park, maybe at the local coffee shop, maybe for a drink, maybe for dinner. Whatever it is, there's meetup groups. So don't feel like that once you're leaving the UK that you won't have that here. It's up to you to basically get to know those admin groups. Join the expat groups in Facebook. There's tons of them, and there's a ton of people in them as well. We've met some really good friends through those Facebook groups. So guys, there you have it. I hope it was helpful, and I hope that helps you to navigate the isolation and the social aspect when it comes to moving to Dubai. Like, comment, Comment below on what else you'd like videos to be made on. I know there's so many questions you have when you're thinking of moving to Dubai, you're planning it, you're considerate. Let me know and I'd be happy to create a video on it. Share this video with anyone who's thinking of coming to Dubai, or basically who you want to come over to Dubai as well. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care.